What is good, YouTube? Warstu here with a video on Venom 3 and how important the ending is. The ending is essentially going to be merging the Sony VenomVerse with the Marvel Cinematic Universe going forward. That's why the marketing for the Venom 3 movie keeps saying end of a trilogy, end of the VenomVerse. Because outside of the Tom Hardy Venom movies, and also outside of the animation into the Spidey-Verse, beyond the Spidey-Verse, so on and so forth, Sony loses money. Morbius, Madam Web, I do believe Kraven the Hunter will be coming, but outside of that, they all flop. So it's almost like in the negotiations with Tom Holland and with Sony, in order to make Spider-Man 4 and Tom Holland's Spider-Man flow more naturally and fluently throughout of the multiverse. The pun. It seems like the ending of Venom 3 is going to correlate to essentially Marvel having full reigns of whichever characters they want to use. But as we know, Sony Pictures, Columbia Pictures, a lot of people don't know this, they make all the money for it. Basically, they make at least 70%. It's hard to know the finer details, the exact details, but roughly Sony makes all the money. And then Disney makes all the money with the merchandise. Because let's be honest, we all know that Disney makes over $1 billion a year in merchandise for Spider-Man. So, what is good, YouTube? Warstu here. If you're new around here, make sure to never miss any of the Marvel, DC, Kaiju, Monsters, Pop Culture content that I try to cover on a daily basis. If you're new around here, what are you doing? Let me know down below how excited are you for the future of Spider-Man, because it seems like Spider-Man Tom Holland's going to be literally the face of the MCU, at least for Avengers 5 and Avengers 6 and so on and so forth and probably beyond, because let's be honest, he's the only young actor they've pretty much got now. Also, check us out on Instagram at Warstu to see the beautiful face behind the beautiful voice, and check us out on Twitter. Warstu G. Right, let's get into it. So, this isn't really new information, but with the new deal and with the new talks that go around and with the industry insiders saying, it seems like Spider-Man 4 will essentially merge to the VenomVerse, and obviously how that's going to happen. And your boy Warstu was literally the first person to say this on YouTube, at least. I kept saying that no, the god of the symbiote was going to appear in Venom 3. Go back, check the videos. I said it over a year ago, and it does seem that way. But anyone could have pretty much guessed this, because let's be honest, they've been setting this up for a while. Tom Hardy Venom appeared in the post-credit scene for Spider-Man No Way Home. It was obvious what Sony was trying to do, but it looked like Marvel got cold feet. But now with the end of Venom 3, it looks like Null and Tom Hardy Venom will be piecing over to Spider-Man 4, and then we'll be in the MCU, and it seems like there's some kind of variation of a merger. And then obviously what happens at the end of Spider-Man No Way Home, transported to the MCU by the end of the film. But then in Venom 3, Venom and Eddie Brock go back to the VenomVerse. But then by the end of the movie, they're going to come back to the MCU because Tom Hardy, Eddie Brock, Venom cannot take out the god of the symbiotes by himself. Yes, I understand if you're a comic book reader. You only say, what about Cosmic Venom? We haven't got Cosmic Venom. So essentially the rumor what's going around at the moment is that by the end of Venom 3, or at the start of Spider-Man 4, there's going to be some montage, some footage of Null, the god of symbiotes, who can traverse with the hive mind and can traverse the multiverse. Null is going to essentially destroy the Sony VenomVerse, the Sony Spider-Man-verse, whatever you want to call it. So the plan is that people are saying is Null is essentially going to destroy what is left of the VenomVerse, because Venom 3 is the last movie in Tom Hardy's contract, at least for his solo movie. And that does make a lot of sense, and that is really cool, because although this article here was actually written November 2023, and it's pretty much bang on. It says Spider-Man 4 reportedly merged with Sony's VenomVerse. Obviously, when this information came out back then, it was just a concept of Venom coming over to Spider-Man MCU and having a fight. Not the the god of the symbiotes, which is cool, because let's be honest, as cool as it is getting Robert Downey Jr., Doctor Doom, we need other villains, and why not bring the god of the symbiote through, because then you can link it to Spider-Man. Then it's actually pretty cool why Spider-Man's going to be like the face of the MCU going forward. And then if Spider-Man is eventually going to get the black suit and become the Venom in Secret Wars, it would actually make a lot of sense. So there's a lot of information going around about Tom Holland's new contract, having lots of new pieces to the puzzle, which, yeah, it does make sense, because like I say, he's pretty much one of the youngest and probably one of the best characters that Marvel has, although he essentially does work for actually Sony Pictures and Columbia Pictures, because all the Spider-Man movies are in the MCU, they're adjacency to the Sony Pictures, and Sony Pictures make the money, like we said earlier in this video, so it does make sense. So Spider-Man 4 is set to come out in 2026, and the recent information going around about Spider-Man 4 is it will start shooting in the UK at the end of May 2025. Why? Because they get a huge tax break if they film in England. They're casting a new female lead as well, and a new male lead to serve as a foil for Peter Parker. How true this is, only time will tell, but obviously they have to cast new people into a new movie. That's why I kind of give some scoopers hard time, because most of the stuff they post is actually obvious stuff. So allegedly Tom Holland's new contract will literally have him do another trilogy, which we've known that for years. So Spider-Man 4, Spider-Man 5, Spider-Man 6. Also, he's going to appear in 3 additional MCU films, including Secret Wars and Doomsday, and 2 other movies. So that could be, you know, Captain America 4, Thor 5, Doctor Strange 3. So basically, if you're a Spider-Man fan, it's a really good time. We know why Sony wanted Spider-Man 4 to have multiversal concept. It's because No Way Home made $1.9 billion, just shy of $2 billion. And would this movie beat it? I don't know. I think nostalgia bait was massive. Sure, seeing my boy Andrew, my boy Toby appear again was absolutely freaking massive. But will this have a playoff? We don't know. And I'm likely to believe the information going around saying that the Sony Spider-Man universe will merge, even though they don't have a Spider-Man there yet. But also, there's also information going around that after Avengers Secret Wars is that Kevin Feige is going to work with Sony Pictures to reboot their Sony Spider-Verse, but they can still use the characters because of this new contract sharing arrangement info that's allegedly coming out. This is actually via the Boy Geekcast, following on Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, all over the place. Sony would now start notifying Marvel Studios about their usage of Spider-Man related villains in their projects. Marvel will be blocked from using the villain stroke character until the film hits VOD release, which is cool. So what does that mean? It means the MCU can basically use any character they want. So yes, Kraven can appear in the MCU. It's just got to be when that movie has already released on VOD. And seeing as Sony works close with Marvel, Marvel works close with Sony, they know their release schedule, they know their shooting schedule, so that won't be a problem at all. Not only that, apparently the new minimum budget required is $75 million US, and also having a minimum of a 2,000 US theatrical screening. That's quite small, let's be honest. America is one of the biggest countries in the world. And I do actually believe that when they reboot, or maybe not if they reboot it. We know that Sony Pictures, Columbia Pictures, however, wanted a Sinister Six massive team up. And we knew they were kind of building up to some getting Avengers Endgame level for the Sony Spider-Verse. But realistically, outside of Venom for live action, the Sony Spidey-Verse, kind of VenomVerse movies, all flop. So bring them over to Marvel. And if Sony still want to make their own movies, it seems like that's what the recent deal is. But it is cool that we're getting my boy, the god of the symbiotes, the wielder, the powerful guy who wields the Necro Sword is coming. And I really hope this Spider-Man 4 information is true. Also, there is some new updates about Venom 3 coming courtesy of Cryptic HD, who is really credible. Venom and Last Dance is going to be 1 hour, 50 minutes, which is cool because I don't really think any movie should be over 2 hours. Yeah, The Batman, Robert Pattinson, made by Matt Reeves, really good movie. But 3-hour movies are not necessary unless it's kind of like a Secret Wars, an Avengers Endgame kind of level movie. I really want movies to be closer 2 hours because then more people will watch it and then we can get more movies. So let me know, do you want the Sony Spider VenomVerse to merge with the MCU? Let's be honest, it's a Spider-Man universe without an actual Spider-Man, which we see in Madam Web really kind of missed because there was no Spider-Man. And it's really going to miss in Kraven the Hunter, I believe. So like always, guys, check us out on Instagram at Warstu. Check us out on Twitter at WarstuG. And I will catch you in another video very soon. Catch ya later.